What up, mathletes? Whoop, whoop. All right, we're on the Mod 3, and this should say test review. But life is life, right? All right, so here we go. I'm just going to work through these. I'm assuming you've attempted this. You're just going to pause it after every question, so I'm just going to scoot through. Fill in the table using this function rule, y equals 6x plus 1, so we're just going to keep doing that. Y equals 6 instead of x, negative 5, plus 1, which is 6 times negative 5 is negative 30, plus 1 is negative 29. Y equals 6 times negative 1 plus 1, which is negative 6 plus 1, or negative 5. 0 is our friend because 6 times 0, that just goes away and we get 1. And then last, y equals 6 times 1 plus 1, which is 6 plus 1, or 7. Boom. You're just plugging it in for x. Question 2. Bill has made a graph showing how the number of hours he studied influences test scores. Identify the independent and dependent variable. Remember, independent is always x. Whatever your x is, that's your independent. Y is your dependent. So my independent is number of hours studied. And my dependent variable is my test score. So we're saying number of hours studied affects your test score. Awesome. Okay, we're going to have another one of these down below, which just says identify the independent. Again, independent is always x. Independent is always y. So my independent is the age of person insured. Right? And my dependent is the monthly payments. So really it's pretty quick. This side didn't use a ton of math, just on the first question. Okay? Okay, whenever I do domain and range, remember, domain is x, range is y. Set notation just means use the set button. Okay, and let's do all my x. I have 3, negative 4. Oh, this is domain, by the way. 3, negative 4. Negative 4 is the same. We don't do repeats. Range. Set is 6. You don't need to put 6 again. And then last is negative 9. Boom. That's my domain and range. That's it. For each scenario below, choose the best graph. A plane speeds up before takeoff. Well, over time, a plane speeding up, it's going to speed up before takeoff. This one looks pretty good right here, but let's find out. This looks like a plane speed going down. That's not it. A plane speed being constant, that's not a plane speed. And then it's not like a plane goes from 0 to whatever, infinite miles per hour, like instantly. There has to be a gradual increase. Melissa climbs down a ladder from the rooftop. We see that's distance above ground. So if she's climbing down the ladder, she should be going down, not up. That doesn't work. That looks pretty good. This one, distance stays the same, so that's staying on the rooftop. And this one, I don't know if it's going up or down, but it's an instant thing, and that doesn't happen. So we have to have right there. Very similar to problem number 1, but h of x instead of y. And all that is, all right, let's plug it in. H of negative 4 equals negative 3 times negative 4 minus 2. So that's 12 minus 2, or 10. H of 0 is our friend. It's negative 3 times 0 minus 2. That's gone. We're just left with minus 2. 1. H of 1 equals negative 3 times 1 minus 2. which is negative 3 minus 2, or negative 5. I bet this is going to be negative 8. But we'll see. H of 2 equals negative 3 times 2 minus 2, which is negative 6 minus 2, or negative 8. I noticed a pattern between these two. And then h of 5 equals negative 3 times 5 minus 2, which is negative 15 minus 2, or negative 17. Boom! Right there. Look at that, guys. Again, pause this is needed. We're moving on. A little more challenging match to the situation, but let's look. Brian steps out of the pool, climbs the ladder to the high dive. Well, we can't do anything that's going down because it says he steps out of the pool and distance above the pool. Climbs the ladder, that's going down again, so that's not climbing. That one could be it, we'll see. But this one makes more sense. If he steps out of the pool, climbs the ladder to the high dive, then what does it say? Brian waits there getting scared. He eventually climbs back down the pool, but then he gets enough nerve and starts climbing the ladder again. It's this one right here. Throughout the last month, the Perez family pool is full of water. Okay, 3 weeks ago the pool began to leak. So we need to see something that was full and began to leak. That's like full and began to increase, so that's not it. It was full, it wasn't getting full, so that's not it. Okay, maybe we're saying it started out full here, we'll see. It was full and began to leak, lost its water at a constant rate. Following week there was a big rain and the pool almost overflowed, shoots up. This one, amount of water was full, leaked, there was a big rain, but it never gets to where it was full, so that one can't be it. This has to be it, where it shoots up. Now we got to determine if something's a function. Remember, looking at the map is great. As long as each domain goes to only one range, we're good. And we see that for this, so this is a function. Each domain is going to only one range. Yes, there's some domains that go to the same range. That doesn't matter. You have multiple buttons to get you Pepsi, but what you can't have is a domain going to the same. And again, function. Let's see. G goes to K. G goes to Y. G goes to two different things. Same thing for Y. Y goes to G, but Y goes to F. Those each go to two different things, not a function. Negative 7 goes to C. Is there another negative 7? Nope. Negative 8 goes to C. That's fine. Negative 8, but negative 8 also goes to H. Negative 8 goes to two different things, not a function. Getting through this quick. Oh, this is your favorite. Vertical line test. Yes, it's a function. Vertical line test goes through those two lines, not a function. Vertical line test hits twice, not a function. Vertical line test, you may be confused here, but don't forget, open dot means don't include this point. So there's nowhere I can draw a line that goes through 2 points because this is only going through this point. It says don't include that point. So yes, that is a function. No, it's not a function. And no matter where I do the line, only hits once. Yes, it is a function. Okay? And this one, guys, hopefully you're getting good at these. If there's a squared term, no, it's not linear. No squared term, y equals 6x. I could easily subtract y over and subtract 2 over and make it standard form. Yes, it's linear. Y equals 4 is just a straight line at y equals 4. Yes, it's linear. And y equals negative x. Again, I could always just add x over and I'd have x plus y equals 0. That's standard form. Yes, it's a function. It's linear. Find the x and y intercept of the line below. Well, let's look at this line. Here's the x. We see the x intercept is right here at 3, 0. But this is a vertical line. Will it ever hit the y? No y intercept. Not always the case, but in this case it is. All right. Just about there. Graph of the function is given below, give all the x and y intercepts. Well, we see the x-intercepts right here. There's going to be 2. Don't forget, you can put the comma, and we know y is always going to be 0 to an x-intercept, and at a y-intercept, we know x is going to be 0. Now let's do it. 2 x-intercepts, say an x-intercept at -3 and -1, and a y-intercept at 1, 2, 3. Boom. The graph of the function f is shown below. Find f of -2. Well, -2, that's your x value. So let's find where x is -2. We go down. What is my y value? We can say f of -2 equals -4. Right there. See? Awesome. All right, let's talk about between intervals. What's it doing between A and B? Remember, we read it left to right, and it's decreasing. Between B and C is increasing. Between C and D is constant, and between D and E is increasing again. Here's the graph of the function h. Use the graphs to find the following. If there is more than one answer, separate them with commas. All local maximum values of h. Remember, a maximum is a mountaintop. It's where it goes from increasing to decreasing. We see a local maximum right here at h is your y, by the way. So that's the function h, right? So that's your y. And all values at which h, that would be your x value. So let's see. My y value right here is -1. And my values at which h has a local maximum is the x value, which is 1. So right here, again, y equals -1 and x equals 1. And together they make that coordinate. I know this could have been a little bit of a confusing question, even though it was fairly straightforward. All right, with that said, let's crush this. Peace out.